So I just watched the new Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie yesterday. Thankfully it came out a day early for me. I could have watched it even earlier if it wasn't for the fact that all the seats were taken at the early screening, so I'm totally not salty about that. But hey, I got to watch it a day early regardless. So yeah, what did I think about the movie? Well, I mean, I loved it. There are parts where it literally made me like sit up and like properly, because we were in recliner chairs. So I had to like, sit up properly to be able to process things, or because I was excited from like, Easter eggs and hype. But yeah, there are some things that I have a problem with, and more things that I kind of conflicted about with the choices that they made. It's kind of hard to explain what they are without spoiling the movie too much, so I'll just leave it at that. I do like how they take inspiration from the books too, in a way. Like, there's a part, it's in the trailer, there's a part where like that creepy security guard is like touring the ghost hunters around the pizzeria, which is like, it's very similar to like in the Silver Eyes with Dave and Charlie. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Overall, it was a great watch, and it was very entertaining. I will say this one is a definite improvement from the first movie. It has better like tone consistency, because sometimes, like, from what I heard, some people are complaining that like it felt like they're like struggling to figure out what genre or tone they were going with, and it didn't help that it wasn't as scary. But this one's a lot better with that. There's a lot more action, a lot more scares. There's scares, like air quotations, because some people aren't scared easily, others do. There's a reason why the FNAF VHS tapes exist. So enough said with that one. And the plot, oh boy, the plot. The way they're handling the thing, like the story, is like I said, it's interesting, to say the least. There are some things that I really like, where they change the lore to better fit and explain this version of the story. Then there are some things that I'm still, like I said, conflicted about, which I will not say until like maybe like later. It definitely stands out from its game counterpart in a good way, I'd say. Some of my few complaints that I can say without spoiling anything major would be, I wish we could have seen more of the Wizards. They don't really do much and only show up for like a bit of it. Like, they don't have that much. You see more of the toys as opposed to the Wizards, but it was already a lot of animatronics, so having so many would have probably been hard to keep up with, general audiences. But oh boy, when Withered Freddy did the pose, I got so excited. Also, like, Toy Bonnie only has like 4 lines of dialogue, and you could kind of tell it's Matt Pat voicing them, but like, it's a lot harder to tell because there are a lot of filters on there, on like his voice. Some people said that he sounded like a girl, which, I don't know, I would have to watch the movie again, but I didn't think it sounded too much like a girl. But yeah, it's similar to like, what's it called, his canon voice? But yeah, although, as opposed to Toy Bonnie, Toy Freddy's voice is so deep. Like, it feels weird when his canon voice is this.
It's not my fault. I have these fat plastic fingers and can't press with buttons.
So yeah, it's a bit of a departure, to say the least. Though I will say that if you didn't like the first one, I don't think this one's gonna win you over. Like it's a very much a movie for the fans, which some people kind of they appreciate, but they're like, we kind of want something for everybody, so people will like Five Nights at Freddy's as opposed to just us. But it's what different people want different things. So yeah, I will say though, some people come into Five Nights at Freddy's already being sort of desensitized to like horror and gore, so they don't find it as scary, so they usually don't like it probably. I mean, I never liked Five Nights at Freddy's when I was like, the game came out when I was like in middle school or around there. I was terrified. I hated the games because it terrified me. But then, I started watching MatPat theories, and I got sucked in because of the lore, just like everyone else do, or a lot of people. Like everything, there'll be people who love it, there'll be people who hate it, and then there's those in between. Whoop-de-doo and yapuri, like always. So please respect each other's opinions, even if they might be wrong. Lol. Dude, when I checked the Rotten Tomatoes scores, there were only about 50 reviews, Now that it's like midday the next day, it shot up to 500. Oh my gosh. I wonder what people have to say. Well, let's check the critics' reviews first. Jason Adams from My New Plaid Pants said, "So absurdly tedious, so deathly dull, so flat and ugly, and boring and offensively dumb. I refuse to believe there's even anybody standing behind the camera. Mini... I'd rather not say, to not offend, people. Though the plot is all over the place, the video game sequel has some effective scares and slick visuals." Louisa Moore said, "The type of genre movie that's not quite good enough to recommend, but also not amusingly bad enough to be a full-blown cult classic in the making." Alright, let's see. Let's scroll all the way to the bottom to see what the first reviewer said. Zach Pope. "Better than the original, and fans of the games are going to scream at some of the surprises packed into the sequel. And well, I had a blast with it for what it was, or what it is, and genuine... I hate the fact that it cuts the words and just puts them over there, so I have trouble reading, okay? Shut up. And genuinely think it's a great entry-level horror for kids. The script? Yeah, it's rough. 3 out of 5 tomatoes. Fair enough." Mike Massey with Gone with the Twins said, "Perhaps most outrageous of all is the disinterest in telling the complete story. It's downright shocking just how many conflicts are created and how few are resolved. 3 out of 10. Oh boy, Mikey, you really are, you really have no idea what we've been dealing with. That's how we have so many games in the first place. Brian Orndorff, Blu-ray.com. "The sequel is more mindful of its central appeal, but the production still can't land genuine excitement with another low-budget, sluggish endeavor. C." Fair enough. Aiden Kelly. "Where the first movie left fans satisfied with the bare minimum and non-fans bewildered with boredom, the second installment will likely leave fans even happier and non-fans satisfied with a solidly entertaining robot slasher." 6 out of 10. Jim Slowtek. Original Sin. "The studio's lesson. Stop trying to make video game film adaptations that appeal to a general audience. A giant in-joke of a movie can play off big time. For the rest of us, it's best to sit back and watch the cute-faced robots crush people's heads. C+. Dang, this guy said 0 out of 4. Mark Kennedy, Associated Press. "It's an incoherent mess, something that, back in the day, would be straight to DVD. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has an after-school special vibe with no real horror and no real awareness that it should." Honestly, I kind of like the after-school special vibe. Well, for me, it's more of a positive thing, because, maybe not for him, but yeah. And then you have, like, the audience scores, which almost everyone gave a 5. Well, everyone gave either between, like, a 4 to a 5, so, there's no surprise there. I like how, Tegan G said, "People are too harsh, honestly. These critics writing really bad reviews shows they do not care about the whole franchise, but to be honest, they try their best. If you look at the audience reviews compared to stupid critics, it shows people actually like the film. Critics are idiots." Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think critics should be doing, 5-hour research on, a game franchise they're only gonna watch twice. So I feel like it's a bit unfair to, expect them to know everything, or to get everything, so yeah. Although, I feel like the general consensus is that no one really respects, movie critics' reviews or opinions anymore. I don't really look at reviews. I'll watch a movie if it piques my interest, and it's kind of hard to do that. So anyways, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you liked the video. Leave a like if you did like it, leave a dislike if you didn't like it. Tell me what you guys thought about the movie, or if you haven't seen it yet. So yeah, I'd like to hear people's opinions. So, goodbye.